I'm guessing you folks have been cleaning your irons wrong this entire time. And you know what? I'm guilty for it as well. For years, I used to do the typical soapy water in a bucket method. I started to notice a trend because I broke about 3 or 4 irons over the course of a couple of years, and every iron head that came off in the neck of where the shaft met with that head, I could see little bits of rust and corrosion. And I couldn't figure it out for the longest time, and then I chalked it up to, well, it's probably because my irons would sit in a bucket of water when they got cleaned. So I've since switched up my method to what I'm going to show you guys today. Since that change up I did, I haven't broken iron, so it's hard to say if this is just all coincidence or if there is something to this method. But what I use is just a typical glass cleaner now, so any aerosol foam cleaner will work. Essentially just keep the water off of the heads of the iron. The other thing that you're going to need, you should already have one of these on your bag. It's a little iron scrubber with that little pick to get those grooves clean, as well as something to clean it all off and dry it, which will be our microfiber cloth. So let's zoom into the camera, start cleaning some of these things, and show you how I do it. All right, so I always like to start with your longest iron, or the ones that are gonna get the least dirty, and then work your way all the way to like your 60 degree, which should be the dirtiest. So we're gonna start with my 2 iron here, my 18 degree, and you just basically spray the face and give it a scrub first, and then to clean the grooves, you're just gonna use that pick and then get in each of the grooves. So just like you would if it was soapy water, except this way, you're just using that aerosol cleaner. You wipe it off right away, and there's going to be no rust or corrosion. All right, so let's fast forward as I do the rest of these clubs. So hopefully by now you guys get the gist of how to clean your irons and wedges. Up next, I'm going to show you how to clean your grips, because a lot of people never ever clean them, and it is something that's very important. So let's get into it. So now this is where the dish soap and water come into play. You don't want to do that on the irons because they're metal, like we talked about. You're going to have some rust and corrosion. So we're going to get some Dawn dish soap, or, well, I don't think it matters what sort of dish soap. Any dish soap going. Get some hot water running. Probably should have done that while I was pouring the soap, but I don't know how much, that much, if you can even see it. We're gonna get that filled up with water. We'll clean up the grips, and then I'm gonna do a whole nother video on how to clean your woods and, well, drivers. As a long driver, I've got like 4 or 5 heads, so it is a totally different process to cleaning those than it is the irons. So we got our bucket of soapy water right there. We have a new microfiber right here. Don't use the same ones that you did to clean the iron heads with. We want a new one. And then you're going to need a couple towels or anything to dry the grip, or to just have something to place those grips on so they don't sit on the floor and get water everywhere. So we're going to grab our first one here. Just wet down the microfiber. It doesn't need to be soaked. In fact, you don't really want it all that wet. Just damp is good enough. Shake out the excess water, and then we're just going to rub the grip down all around at the top. Honestly, super easy process, something that gets overlooked, like I said, so much. Honestly, guys, try this at home. Let me know in the comments, because I guarantee your grips are going to feel brand new after this. They become so much more tacky, so much nicer, just a totally different feel. So I don't really dry them too much. I just grab this with my hand and give it a pat like that. And then I have a second towel on the ground right here. I don't know if you can see it in the shot. And I just let it sit there. So let's go through all the clubs here, and we'll time lapse it again. I don't know if it's just me or if this is like most golfers, but there's something so satisfying about freshly cleaned clubs. Like, I don't know, it's all obviously a mentality thing, but I feel like if I have fresh grips, nicely cleaned new heads, and I go out for a round of golf, I just feel like I'm going low. I won't, but I feel like it. And you know, feeling like you're going to score well is half the battle on the golf course, let me tell you. Some of you may have noticed why I've got different grips for my irons to wedges. So basically my 2-iron and wedges I got fit into at the same time, and I got the red and black grips to match my old irons. And then when I got my new irons, I ordered them with a different grip than this, and I mean, I think I made a post about it on TikTok a long time ago, but Callaway ended up sending my irons right-handed to the fitter, so didn't get those. And then the left-handed heads were like on this massive back order, so they rushed them and got the PGA Tour division to build them for me, which was sick, thanks Callaway. But then they didn't have any grips to send with them other than these white and black Golf Pride. Let me know if you want to see a full what's in the bag walkthrough on all of my clubs down in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope your clubs are looking clean and fresh as well. Have a good one.